Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a game between Evil Geniuses and Alliance for the Starlighter I-League. You may notice this is not the Shanghai Major. That's because Shanghai Major is currently on break, I guess. You know, it's just kind of like everybody's qualified that needs to be qualified. There's no real reason to play any games until the Shanghai Major starts. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. And I thought, let's just do some different games instead. Right there we go, Starlighter I-League, that's currently going on. And we do have Evil Geniuses and Alliance playing, so that seems pretty fun. And that's what we're gonna do today. Also, I have Death Prophet in the match, which I'm always excited about. Death Prophet's super scary, super powerful hero. She's insane. But anyway, let's go and take a look at the bans, shall we? We have a Chen coming out, and Furion. Furion, of course, mostly being no Bulldog, you're not playing that ban. So that's, you know, something to keep in mind there. We have the Beastmaster and the Sven coming out as well.
10 seconds to go.
Sven, I think, is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure why exactly. But, yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with it. I guess Sven is also really, really good at pushing. And Alliance likes to push a lot. They specifically like to split push a lot. And I can imagine that if you have a Sven on your team, right, relocating with the IO, you use the God Strength, you use your Mask of Madness or whatever the hell you have. You can break down some towers really, really quickly. So maybe that's why. We have the Vengeful Spirit and Invoker. Vengeful, I think, is interesting. Evil Geniuses have actually been playing a core Vengeful Spirit a little bit recently. Actually, quite a bit, I think. I'm not entirely sure how much, but I have seen it. I have definitely seen it. I have not seen it succeed yet. I gotta admit, I'm still on the lookout for that one game where I'm like, oh, Vengeful Spirit is surely gonna do well. Oh, nope. So anyway, don't want to keep on bashing on about that, but anyway. Vengeful Spirit ban, I'm not incredibly surprised by that. Invoker, of course, very powerful. Dazzle, Queen of Pain, nothing scary, nothing, you know, out of the blue there. It's just like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. Earth Spirit, Lone Druid picked up right away. I would actually think that the Lone Druid is kind of a third ban from Evil Geniuses, right? They might just want the Lone Druid, but I think the bigger part, the bigger reason why they are picking a Lone Druid is to make sure that Alliance does not get the Lone Druid, right? Just saying, alright, you want Lone Druid? Well, you're not gonna get him, right? We're gonna grab him ourselves. We're gonna make sure that you don't pick this guy because Bulldog. In case you don't know much about these teams, actually funny, in this game there are 9 international winners. Peter, Sumail, Universe, and Fear won TI 5, right? RTZ wasn't at the team, on the team at the time. It was AUI 2000, so he's the only one that hasn't won an international yet. And as for Ake, Loda, EGM, and Admiral Bulldog won TI 3. I think it's the same team. I know as for Ake, Loda, and Bulldog for sure. I think EGM as well. I think Alliance has been that specific team for a very long time. Although some people rotated in and out for a little bit. S4 leaving for Team Secret, but then he came back. But overall, Alliance won TI 3, of course. Evil Geniuses won TI 4. The only one in this entire match that hasn't won an international yet is RTZ. So that's kind of interesting to think about, right? Disruptor coming out for Alliance, just a very powerful hero in general. I like him a lot. He's also good against Lone Druid because you can kind of like put the Lone Druid out of commission, which then kind of makes the bear useless since he can't really attack anymore. Nice against Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit really likes jumping in from quite a bit away, you know. He kind of like snowballs, not really snowballs, what is it called? Rolling boulders in on you, right? He rolls in on you. And he likes to gank early a lot, so having that glimpse to just get him the hell out of there is a very nice way of dealing with it.
10 seconds to go.
But all around, just a good hero as well. Right, like Disruptor's just good. There's nothing really wrong with a Disruptor. Although I do expect Alliance to kind of get some aggressive heroes, like somebody that can actually fight early on, somebody that you can use to gank with, somebody that pairs well with the IO. A Tiny would still be available if they're looking for that. But honestly, something like a Tiny, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be a Tiny, but something similar to a Tiny. We see the Sven already banned out. That would be similar to a Tiny. Other things that would be similar to a Tiny would be something like a Chaos Knight, for example. Or... Tiny, Chaos Knight, Sven, Bristleback, right, that would work. Although he's not really like too bursty in the same regard, but anyway, you get the idea. Right, Abaddon coming out for Evil Geniuses, Broodmother for Alliance. Broodmother is going to be the offlane here, a Bulldog hero. Bulldog is kind of a funny player, I think, because he plays like 3 heroes, but he is really good at those 3 heroes. So, that's not 3, a few more, but he's definitely one of the competitive players with the smallest hero pool. He's a very specialized player, but even though he has a small restricted hero pool, he's so good at those few heroes that he easily makes up for it. And we're going to see the last pick for Evil Geniuses. They probably going to put the Lone Druid in the mid lane. That's what I've seen these past few times I've seen a Lone Druid. Also, it would make sense. You know, I feel like Lone Druid can actually go up against a Death Prophet. But then I'm not really sure how else they're going to lane this. The Sand King, I think, is a bit surprising. I'm not really sure what his place is here. It could be a core Sand King. Safe lane? Mid? Maybe? Maybe mid. Would be surprised by that, I gotta be honest. I don't really see that working out this match. They could put him against the Broodmother. That would actually work pretty well, you know. You put the Sand King against the Broodmother, skill the Caustic Finale. You can really get a lot of damage in on the Spiderlings that way. Or just max out the W, that works too. That might actually be it, you know. Put the Sand King as a core against the Broodmother, you know, have him protected by the Abaddon maybe. Not really sure exactly, but, you know, that might be a way of going about it. Anyway, we're going into the last banning stage, and I started a bit later than I usually do, so I didn't have it sped up, but let me go ahead and speed this up right now, because it's always hard to go through the banning, right, through the picking all on your own. I mean, we kind of know what's needed still, right? Evil Geniuses, they kind of need a mid, probably, nah, maybe not, like safe lane. Probably Sand King offlane. I would guess Sand King offlane, right? So probably a safe lane. Don't really could awesome. Like a mid or safe lane carry. Alliance definitely needs a safe lane carry, though. They have the Broodmother for the offlane. They have the Death Prophet for the mid. So again, something. Oh, there we go. Actually, Tiny getting banned out. So Evil Geniuses kind of thinks the way I do, right? Here, just like Tiny would be really, really good here, but they are heroes similar to Tiny that we could see, right? I think Tiny would have been the perfect pick, though. Tiny would have been fantastic, but of course we're not gonna have that happen right now. Last pick coming out for Alliance. Give him a second. Chaos Knight, alright. See, I'm not too surprised by that. That's kind of what I had in mind there. Alright, and seeing as Tiny and Sven are both banned out, the Chaos Knight is nothing that really I think is too weird. Chaos Knight also pushes really well, which is nice. Again, like Alliance is kind of like a very peculiar team. They're looking for very particular heroes that are good at a very specific thing, right? Enigma. Wait, so Sumer is gonna be the Sand King here. That's a mid Sand King then. How? He's gonna get beat up by Death Prophet. Look, just because I can beat like some 3.5k players with that, it's just like those players are bad. Don't worry about that. You don't need to play Sand King because really, that's the Sand King. Oh, that's crazy. All right. Anyway, actually, can I just? Oh, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Oh, Juggernaut would have been nice. Juggernaut would have been nice. I'm just looking for other heroes similar to what I was looking for earlier. Could actually have seen like a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight could definitely have worked. Lycan would have been cute. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of like see something similar to... Nah, Lycan actually wouldn't have been work. But Dragon Knight would also have been pretty fantastic, I think. I really hope you didn't look at the start screen at the end there. I mean, that was just like very short. I hope I didn't spoil anything. Nah, you didn't see shit, man. You didn't see anything. I was pretty fast at getting rid of it. Shut up. Anyhow. So, we're gonna see Ake waddling into the top lane. Gonna just gotta put down a ward really quick. You know, make sure that you see what's going on. Anyway, quick look at the players. We have S4 playing Death Prophet Loda on the Chaos Knight Bulldog, on the Broodmother Ake, on the Disruptor, and EGM playing the IO. On the other side, Sumail on the Sand King, Arteezy on the Lone Druid, Fear playing the Earth Spirit here. You'll probably have Universe on the Enigma and Peter or PPD on the Abaddon. All around nothing too crazy there. So I wonder what the Enigma is actually about. Likely offlane. Evil Geniuses team doesn't make sense to me. I'm just gonna straight up say it. This is weird. This is just weird. They have a Sand King in the mid lane. Who does that? That's stupid, right? They have... Actually, is that a Sand King mid? No, that totally is a Sand King in the mid lane. I mean, Sumail plays the mid, right? So that's Arteezy on the Lone Druid in the off lane, in the safe lane. Bear currently just kind of scouting around a bit. Of course, he can take quite a few hits. We got Loda and Io also, actually. Going in on some air right here. They already got a lot of damage in. Starting out with the W. Not having the stun right now. Might hurt him, but they are just going to link up once more. And there we go with the first spot. Going in favor of Alliance. Loda picks up that. And it seems the Chaos is actually going to be heading into the top lane. So more of an offensive tri-lane here. Going up against Arteezy. Trying to challenge. No, Sumail is going top now. So Arteezy is mid. I'm so confused. Arteezy is playing the mid. Alright, okay. So we have Arteezy in the mid. We have the Chaos Knight. We have Sumail on the top. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. That they were going to use the Sand King to challenge the Broodmother. But Alliance saw that coming from a mile away. Because it's pretty obvious. I mean, even I saw that coming. So they put Bulldog into the bottom lane instead. An interesting thing about Alliance is usually you put your position 1 either in the mid or in the safe lane, right? And you have them farm up there. And then the other lane, either the mid or the safe lane, tends to be the position 2. And actually, look at that, S4. Oh, no, he links up to the bear instead? Interesting, okay. Yeah, but usually that's kind of how it goes, right? So you have the mid as the position 1 or 2, and then safe lane as the other one of those two. Alliance is weird. They really, really value Bulldog. And they tend to play him not so much as a position 3, which is what you would expect from the offlane, but he usually takes the number 1 or number 2 spot, right? So they have 3 cores, they have S4, they have Bulldog, and they have Loda. But often enough, you can actually see that Bulldog ends up leading the board in terms of money. And it's like, oh, wait, they actually, Bulldog. Oh, shit. Damn it, I did not expect that. I'm sorry, Earth Spirit always kills people so quick. You see that? There we go. Bulldog just gets 1 hit in. Just down here, right? Sitting healthy and pushes him back and just like, oh, he's dead now. I don't know. Like, Earth Spirit always catches me off guard because he can jump in from so far away and just kills people so quickly in odd situations. Then, yeah, I'm caught off guard by that a lot, but oh well. Alright, we get the kill right there. But yeah, it's just the point I think is really interesting about Alliance. They play differently from our teams. Right? They have their own style, they are very good at it. They're not, I would actually argue that Alliance, often enough, the individual players aren't as skilled as our teams. Right? Like, if you look at Evil Geniuses, let's be honest, right? If we just were to look at, like, some sort of, like, talent measurement, right? Like, just raw, pure skill measurement, Evil Geniuses players would actually probably beat Alliances quite badly. But at the same time, Alliance does have that added benefit of being a team for a very long time and having their own style, right? They have been a team for so long that they just know exactly how the others play and they know exactly how to use that. They're gonna go for Sumail up at the top. Loda already getting a lot of damage in the Sand King. Has a stun ready. They go for the Io. Io's still alive, uses the Fairy Fire for a last second heal. Peter wants to secure the kill. He does get it. Actually, it ends up being Sumail that secures it with the Caustic Finale. But in the end, they also lose Peter. PPD goes down to Loda. And it's going to be another pickoff for the Chaos Knight. Currently sitting at 2-0-1. His last hits, alright, but his net worth, quite fantastic. Although he just dropped the bottle. He bought the bottle for the Io and dropped it. I wonder if I was actually keeping that one. I might actually just straight up keep it. It's kind of interesting. Oh well. But Loda buying a bottle for the IO, so that kind of dropped his net worth right there. Well, you're always gotta keep in mind, IO is not really like a hero, so much as he's an add-on to the rest of your heroes. Right? He's a little weird. Oh, actually, we have Peter. He's just dead. Ooh. Loda taking quite a bit of damage though. Diving deep and not diving in the cleanest of fashions, right? Just straight up running in through that tower. Funny thing, he could actually have died right there. Like, if he got really, really unlucky, he could have died. Just straight up dropped to the tower damage. But he didn't, so I guess we take those, right? I guess we take those. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we see Death Prophet going up against RTC still. And one thing I think, by the way, is interesting about Death Prophet, people have really started to realize just how ridiculous Spirit Siphon is. Spirit Siphon is the dumbest ability in the game. It is so overpowered. And you can see actually S4 maxing it out early, right? He got 3 points into it, and he just starts draining HP there, just there. You give me some, you give me some. And, oh, actually, Fear, you're dead now. Seems good. I'm just saying, this ability is ridiculous. Thank you for proving that right there, S4. I really appreciate it. But players have started to max it out over the Q. Simply because it is just so much more powerful. Meantime, Sand King goes down yet again. This time at the bottom lane, picked off by Bulldog. Man, Sumaya is not having a good game at all. Not having a good game at all. Yeah, this is odd. Like, a Sand King pick in general, I think is really weird. Right, because you just don't see a lot of Sand King these days. But then having him as a core? I can kind of see him as like a jungling core, right? As a jungling support in some sort of way. That not so much a position 4, but more of like a position 3.5, if that makes sense, right? But what they are doing just isn't working. This guy is 1 and 3. He's not doing well. They finally put him at the bottom, which I think was the goal in the first place, right? They wanted to have him go up against Bulldog, but he's taking a lot of damage here. Okay. We have the E finally ticking though, and they do get quite a bunch of those spiders, so I'm sure Sand King Sumail is going to be happy about that, but at the same time he's almost dead again. He's almost dead again. Just, we have the dusts ready, right? We have the detection ready from Alliance, and they're not going to just let him get away with this nonsense. No, in the meantime, he's now sitting up top uncontested, and this is one of the worst things that can happen, right? Because if you let the enemy safe laner get to a point where they can just be wherever they want to be and be fine on their own, that's really bad, because then the supports start roaming, right? And then you're gonna just lose horribly. Fear forced to stone ball away. Can we call it that? Stone ball? Not a snowball, but a stone ball. But yeah, I don't know. This is looking bad for Evil Geniuses already, right? You can see Alliance is already pushing ahead a bit. But that's not what it's about, right? It's about the situation and about the setup of the situation. And currently, there's no way that Sumail gets back into this game. He has no place on the map. He goes top, he dies. He goes bottom, he dies. He goes jungle. Well, there's nothing to farm there because they have Universe farming the jungle. And this is, by the way, one of the main reasons why I'm not a big fan of junglers. Right? Like, you can see that this resource right here, which would usually be available to the Sand King if he isn't doing well, right? Sumail could just say, alright, this sucks. I'm doing horribly, right? I'm just getting completely run over. I need to go to the jungle. He does not have that option right now, however. But he just can't do it. Because we have the Enigma in the jungle. We got the stun coming out on Boulder. Stone balls coming in, as well as the dust and Broodmother will fall. Quick pick off right there. Somebody even using the snow as sandstorm for a little bit of you know, I guess a taunt. Doesn't really do much, but a little bit of an annoyance mostly. Not much else gonna come out of it. But hey, top lane, we have Loader breaking down the tower. He activates the ultimate for that man. Got the TP in from Sumail. He's actually just gonna take a lot of damage here. Oh god. Yeah, Sumail needs to stun away. The glimpse back in. Loader chases him down, and he's out of mana. He's out of resources. That's a dead Sand King. Yep, Sumail not quite dead yet. He's still alright. Okay, there we go with the sandstorm, and in the end he is actually gonna end up being fine. Fear comes rushing in. He does have quite a few things available to him, but in the end, Alliance is just happy with how this ended up. They got the tower, right? They got some damage in. Made Sumail use his Fairy Fire. Which I guess that's worth something, right? And in the end, that's fine. Now, remember what I said about having Bulldog really like be kind of your position 1. Not so much a position 2 or position 3, or mostly position 3, right? That's what you would expect of the offlane. But no, Bulldog often put into that very high farming position while they use Loda to do things with, right? They have the Chaos Knight roaming around the map. If you look at the net worth, right, we have Chaos Knight being 3rd on Alliance, 5th in a game, that's because he bought a bottle for the IO. He's helping, he's being active, he isn't really spending that much time farming, he's looking for kills, he's being really like a threat on the map, creating space for the other heroes. While there's Forge just sitting in the mid lane and farming out, while we have the Broodmother just sitting at the bottom lane farming up. I don't know. I like talking about things like this because I think they're really, really interesting. But the problem is just I don't know as much about Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses in my... I don't know, in my mind, they've always been the team that just does the really solid, safe plays that work out well, right? But there's nothing really special to it, right? They don't really have a gimmick that they follow. They're just, like, really good. Right? They're just really good. They just have really good players. There's no, hey, you know, we have this very specific way of playing this game. It's just like, we'll play whatever is the best strategy right now because we have the best players. So it doesn't really matter what the meta is. We'll just use the meta, right? That's why they never really stand out that much. They're just like, no, we'll just do whatever. Sometimes we can really see just a stroke of genius coming out from them, but most of the time it's just really solid, really efficient play. Spirit Bear gonna die right here. Nice pickup for S4. I'm sure he's very happy about that. Those are actually super valuable, right? 300 gold. I think they also give 300 experience. That's great. That is a lot. So having that is fantastic. We have S4 still with the ultimate active. So for now, I'm pretty sure Evil Geniuses does not actually want to fight into this, right? You do not want to fight into the Death Prophet ultimate. Not even this early on. It's just kind of scary. She's getting close to level 9. There we go. So she's going to max out the Crypt Swarm. And ultimate wears off. But yeah, I think it's interesting that she would actually max out the Spirit Siphon. The interesting thing about Spirit Siphon is not only does it scale well, right? It already scales well if you just look at the numbers. But it becomes ridiculous if you consider the amount of charges you get, right? Like you get additional charges, and that's really what makes maxing it so much more potent. Because you just get to use it so much more often and it becomes so much more powerful. Sand King sitting at the bottom, trying to get some money. Uses the Sandstorm, and then has to stun away, but of course we got the Glimpse back, we got the Dust coming out, and Sumail will yet again be taken down. Fear around to annoy Alliance a bit, right? Throws in one of his Remnants. Are they called Remnants? Stone Remnants? Yes, Stone Remnants. Yeah, all of the spirits have Remnants, right? We have the
Dyer's mid towers haven't.
Is it called a Remnant for a Storm Spirit? Storm Remnant, probably, right? We have the Fire Remnant from Ember Spirit, of course. It should be called Ember Remnant. And this should be called Earth Remnant. I don't know. It's the one for Storm Spirit called Lightning Remnant. I wonder. That's actually kind of interesting to think about. Anyway. Whatever. Death Prophet just gonna be, you know, continuing to farm up. One thing I think is actually really interesting is that Death Prophets seem to like to buy the Ether Lens. Now, Ether Lens, I think, does make sense, because you can combo it with the Spirit Siphon, right, which increases its range. And Spirit Siphon, being a very powerful ability, of course, gives you, you know, quite a bit of value if you do it that way. Also gives you some more mana and all of that. At the same time, but Yules, you know, Yules is really good. Oh, EGM. Oh, poor IO. Yeah, okay, that's alright, I guess. Not a big deal, right? You lose the IO, whatever it happens. Whatever it happens. Oh god, the Broodmother already has an Orchid. Look at that. That's an early Orchid. Oh man, that's scary. Alright. Just straight up rushing that. Interesting. Top lane. We got a Death Prophet ultimate going on. Not much else happening though, actually. Chaos Knight taken down by Lone Druid. Huh. Alright, I guess. Lone Druid, by the way, though, we got the Hand of Midas on our TZ. It's a very nice item for the hero. You know, you want some additional attack speed on the bear anyway. And why not get that? Oh, look at that. He's dead, right? Yeah, the Siphon comes out yet again and just overwhelms you so quickly. What's the range on this? So, you get additional cast range, right? I don't think you get additional break range. Probably don't. It also, by the way, of course, increases the Crypt Swarm. Already has a range of 810, now it has 1010, which is nice. But, I think it's actually this right too. Look at that cast range, wow. I gotta give Ethelance a shot, man. That seems really good. That seems really interesting, huh. And, actually, yeah, you know what, buffs up the Crypt Swarm a little. Gives it like 24 more damage, so it does make it kind of raise damage. That's interesting. That is actually very interesting. Alright. Alright. Broodmother's still farming up. And this is, by the way, one of the nice things about this hero. She's very quick if it comes to farming the jungle. So you can see that Bulldog is not only pushing the lane, but any moment he gets to you know, be in the jungle and farm that, he uses it. Right? And as a result, he's sitting at 115 last hits already. His net worth is just skyrocketing. Right, him and the Death Prophet. Talking about the Death Prophet, we actually got a bit of a fight going on. Universe dropping low. Big silence on 3 heroes, and the link up keeping her alive. She's gonna fall right here to Arteezy. He just eats her up and tears her into little pieces. Loda takes on the Enigma, however, he's now left on his own as EGM had to get out of there. Entangled. I wonder if they have enough follow-up. Bulldog is around though, and the little spider with a tiny spider army coming in. But in the end, not much gonna come from it. But, however, EGM, he's back in the fight. The IO keeps going forward. Arteezy's stunned up by Loda. They jump in yet again, but they don't want to commit. They are scared. They are absolutely scared. They don't want to rush anything that they aren't sure they can get, right? With the Abaddon around, of course, Don Druid being one of the tankiest heroes in the game. So currently sitting at 16 armor, 1500 HP. It's not gonna be an easy kill. So, you know, instead of going silly and risking their lives over something they don't know they're gonna get, they'll just, you know, they take what they got, right? Cut their losses and just get the hell out of there. A Bullock just straight back into the jungle. I mean, that does make sense, right? What else is there really to do? What else is there really to do? Let's see the Lord Druid just head back to base right now. And now we have the Yules coming out of Death Prophet. I really gotta give that a shot, man. The Aether Lens, that's interesting. That is a very interesting item. You know, it gives her a little bit of more survivability too, right? Some more mana to work with. All of which are actually things I very much appreciate. I don't know, it's an interesting idea. Definitely is. Seen it a few times already, but I gotta admit, I haven't really spent too much time thinking about it. My general thought process, if it comes to Death Prophet, is always just like, get Yules. Just get Yules. That is your priority, right? Let's just get Yules and let's just forget about everything else. We want to have a Yules as fast as possible. Because it is just such an incredible item. It is insane. But yeah, you know, like sometimes you gotta change it up. Sometimes you gotta open your mind for something new. And this might be something new that actually works really well. Universe, by the way, picking up a mecha. So, no Blink Dagger yet on the Enigma. I wonder how Enigma is actually going to perform this game. I don't know, it's always interesting. Right, like this is always the kind of hero that can just like win him instantly or not, or he just adds nothing, right? Sand King now got the Blink Dagger. Smoke coming out, so they're probably going to be looking for a kill somewhere. They definitely have the potential, and yes, they ping out the mid. Actually, I think that was Bulldog that pinged out the mid. Yeah, alright. Just smoking up at the cliff. And a blink forward with the ultimate. They miss the stun, and S4 is fine. He actually turns it around. Look at that link range. That's crazy. An Alliance, they are here. Loda goes in. They have the Static Storm on the Sand King. Sand King already taken on Peter. Tries to TP out, but the Glimpse back is going to keep him here and keep him dead. 3-second stun to secure the kill, and Abaddon falls. In the meantime, Bulldog, he was looking for maybe a little bit more, but Earth Spirit did get out in the end, and Evil Genius is not happy about that one. They try to gank, they even use a big ultimate for it, and they get nothing. In fact, they lose 2 heroes. This is hard. This is looking rough, man. Alliance is really starting to take over.
Mid tower's nothing now.
And the thing is about Alliance's playstyle, right? Very push heavy, very objective orientated, right? They're gonna farm up a bit, but they're not gonna let this take too long, right? Before they actually start going for your buildings, before they actually start really ratting you and applying pressure on all lanes. And you gotta keep in mind, they haven't really started pushing yet. However, they got 3 towers already and lost none. And this is actually a big deal, right? Each tower is worth a lot of money, and having none, that's a problem. You can't have it. You just can't have that. They used the Death Prophet ultimate, which is now finally level 2, to take down Roshan with the Spiderlings, with the Broodmother. That shouldn't be much of a problem. And down it goes. Edge is gonna go on the Death Prophet right here.
Radiant's mid tower.
Who, by the way, finishes up her Yules. Broodmother sitting on quite a bit of money, as well as some threats, an Orchid, and an Ogre Club. Likely BKB? Senjin Yasha, maybe? Probably BKB. Let's be honest. I expect it to be BKB, but I don't know. Heart! Look at that! Look at that cheeky Chaos Knight. Loader. Just tanking up straight away, saying, I don't need damage, man. And, important thing to keep in mind, you are Chaos Knight. You don't really need damage, right? You already hurt quite bad, just naturally. So, tanking up straight away, going for the heart. He's 700 gold off the Heart of Tarask. That's scary, man. That's gonna be nasty. On the other side, we have Abaddon with nothing. Sacking, we saw the Blink earlier. Enigma, now we're going for what seems to be a BKB. And the Lone Druid likely has at least a Relic. Yes, there we go. Relic done on him. Getting very close to finishing up the full Radiance. Oh, S4 finds the bear. Gets scared off though, and the TP out is gonna make sure that both the bear and our TZ get out of there. Radiance, kind of a big deal. Right? Kind of a big deal. Allows you to, you know, clear out the spiders a little better, although it's not super amazing at that, honestly, because it doesn't like have any burst, it just like slowly kills them, but in the end it slowly kills them anyhow. Oh, actually, Universe is gonna be called out right here. We got Alliance coming in with the IOTP. Nice Silence Fear, helping his team as much as he can from the back, but in the end it doesn't matter. Universe goes down. At the very least, we have a TP out from, I think, the Sacking? No, actually it wasn't him. Wait, did nobody TP out right now? I thought somebody TP'd out. Probably just 2 heroes then. And yeah, Enigma, in the end, does go down. He is really hoping to finish up the BKB sometime soon, but this is what Alliance is good at, right? Anytime the Death Prophet ultimate is going to be ready, they will be pushing 100% of the time. There we go. Tower already falling. It's gonna go down. Just not much anyone can do about this, let's be honest, right?
Couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Hard now, also complete on the loader. And they're gonna keep going, actually. They're gonna keep going. Sand King jumps in. He goes on S4. He's taking a lot of damage already, but the Yules comes out. He's gonna start draining his... it's just gonna start draining HP from everybody. Universe kind of gets a decent black hole, but it gets cancelled rather quickly. And now he ends up going down. Peter might be next in line. A glimpse back, and that's gonna be a nice secure kill on the Abaddon. Sumail also going down somewhere. Now, our TZ runs in with the Radiance. It's getting quite a bit of damage in, but in the end, I'm not sure if it's gonna end up mattering all that much. At the very least, it seems like Alliance is dropping very low and not really in great fighting condition, but EGM just gonna go back to the base really quick. Fill up his bottle, make sure he has HP and mana for himself. And, you know, while we're at it, let's take the Disruptor along and make sure that everything is actually ready. And the mid push, it's just gonna continue. It's just gonna continue. That's Alliance for you, right? They're not gonna stop with this. They're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep pushing. Entangle on Bulldog. Stun from the Sand King, from Sumail. Making sure there's actually quite a bit of damage on the Broodmother. And down she goes. S4 is trying to fight them off. And we do have Arke with the Static Field, kind of keeping them away. But Disruptor will fall. It seems to be the end of it, however. S4 gets out. So does the rest of Alliance. Oh, well, nonetheless, you know, they do lose 2 heroes. They don't really get much damage on the base. I mean, they do. They almost kill the tower, but no, they didn't even kill the tower. It's almost dead. That's not really that big of a deal, right? Like, yeah, okay, you don't want to lose that tower, but you didn't. So, and now we will finally see a bit of a counter push from EG. They do have Lone Druid, of course. They do have even the Eidolons for pushing. It's pretty powerful in that regard, and down goes the mid tower. I actually wonder what RTs is going for next. Oh, Minimis. Alright. Alright, I guess. Zanking. 4 stuff, alright. No Ephadance, which I think is a bit surprising. I know, Ephadance and Zanking is really nice, you know, not just for the additional stun cast range, but for the additional blink range, allows you to come in from quite a bit further away. And we like that, we like coming in from quite a bit further away. Seems we got a bit of a fight brewing. Smoke on 2, 3 heroes. But EG just gotta fall back. They're not too keen on fighting right now. And I think you can tell why. Right, they got a little bit out of the last one. But other than that, they're likely to just lose a fight if they take it. And in that case, you don't want to take the fight, right? You only want to take fights that you actually know you can and should win. But currently, they just don't have that luxury.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Sorry. Had to drink something right there. Needed a bit of water. Although I fear that may have been a bit loud. Shut up. Shut up. I'm thirsty son of a bitch, alright? Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me. Well, I'll judge your face. That's what's gonna happen. What's that about? Ephadance? Probably, right? I mean, it can't be mana boots, and I don't really see, you know, Octarine Core happening anytime soon, so probably an Ephadance. Which does actually make sense on Abaddon. His cast ranges aren't super high. I mean, this is good, right? Just this isn't, and that's what it's about, though. So having a number 200 seems really nice. Alliance, they have the Death Prophet ultimate ready. Yes, you can tell just based on the fact that they are pushing. Right, like that's the only thing that they respect, right? We want to have the Death Prophet ultimate. As long as we have that, we are confident, and for good reason. So they're gonna be already starting the siege here. Peter taking a lot of damage. Use the Chaos Knight ultimate as well as the Death Prophet one, and these barracks are basically dead. Oh, okay, we got Lone Druid scaring them off for the time being, but I mean, that's kind of it, right? Oh, Peter comes running in, activates the ultimate. He's back up to full, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. I don't think Alliance cares too much about the Abaddon having full HP. OS4 taking a lot of damage. He does, of course, have the Yule, so that's going to keep him alive for a lot longer. And the TP back from the IO. A little unnecessary, actually, considering that we did have the Death Prophet ultimate running out. Now, Bulldog trying to fight it out with fear. He was kind of left in an awkward spot, but in the end, he does get the barracks, and EGM trying to get out of there. He uses his Q to get to the Disruptor who was TPing out, but I actually kind of like what EGM did right there. You know, he just said, alright, I'm probably dead anyway, right? But I don't want them to walk up that cliff, because if they walk up that cliff, then the Disruptor is probably gonna get stunned and die. And, you know, if somebody's gonna die here, let's just have it only be me. How about that? So, he just, instead of walking up, right, where the Disruptor was, he just stayed down there, distracted EG until the Disruptor was fine, and then died. Which is actually kind of like a, you know, it's a neat little play. It's not nothing too crazy, nothing too much, but it works nonetheless. And, well, Loader, surely Matastar? Well, probably Matastar. I'm not really Already confident, honestly. I didn't expect the hard rush either. We're gonna see the Octarine Core from the Death Prophet. I like Octarine Core and Death Prophet a lot. I like it even more these days since the new ability was introduced. I think the Octarine Core is even more powerful. So, you know, having that is kind of neat. I'm sure S4 is actually going for it. Yes, he just bought something for 2700 gold. I mean, how many options are there, right? I guess you could buy... oh, fucking no. Like 6 healing potions and an ultimate orb. But let's be honest, that's probably not what it is, right? It's rather likely to be a mystic staff. And there we go. We have the complete Octarine Core now done on the Death Prophet. Now, one thing I think Alliance might be looking for here before they go for any further pushes is level 16 on S4, right? Making sure the Death Prophet actually has a high enough level to have that level 3 ultimate. And level 3 ultimate is very powerful. It's like super amazing. So good. So good. Okay, there we go. So level 16 is now ready. And Alliance seem to be ready to fight as well. Although currently they're just kind of split pushing. I mean, that's their thing anyway, and Bulldog. Yeah, you know, he's kind of pushing the bottom lane, but do you see now, yet again, like what I was talking about, right? You see how the Broodmother is sitting at the highest net worth on Alliance. Right? They just give Bulldog that space. It's not that Bulldog, like, on his own is, like, the most amazing player ever and his team just can't keep up. Yes, Bulldog is good, right? Don't get me wrong. But he's not that good. The thing is that Alliance gives him space. They give him space. They allow him to farm up like this. And that is pretty damn nice. EGM gonna be jumped at the top. Taken down rather quickly, I expect. You know, Zankin could also be doing things instead of sitting there like an asshole, but I guess not. Sandstorm doesn't do that much. But I suppose it's better than like just right-clicking. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
I'm actually surprised that Alliance isn't doing anything, you know, these past minutes. I guess the IO being dead doesn't really help, but oh well. Alliance now does have the Mantis Star on the Chaos Knight, however. BKB, Vladimir's on Bulldog. And of course the Octarine Core for the Death Prophet. Oh nice, we got the Etherland stun on Abaddon. Zanking, working towards the Aghanim's. Getting pretty close actually. That's neat. Enigma, BKB, which is big. BKB, Blink Dagger. That's actually nice. So we can expect some black holes now. And Don't Druid, I imagine is getting very close to the Assault Cuirass, yes. Like 200 gold left to go. What worries me is if Eva's Geniuses can actually like stand a chance on the late game. Alright, I don't really see it. Just don't. That's gonna be scary, right? You have Alliance of all people sieging you down. And you don't really have any proper late game other than Lone Druid. I mean, Lone Druid is good in the late game, right? But is he good enough to fight off? Actually kind of like 5 powerful late game heroes? I'm sure. Oh well, we have the Aegis coming out on Chaos Knight, and this is where we can finally see the kind of movement we expect. Going straight into the bottom lane, ready to break down some more towers. Manta style used, I like it. So far still keeping it chill, you know, nothing too crazy happening. The Soul Cross is now complete, which is kind of a big deal. You know, it does buff up buildings as well, right? And that's super nice. Helps you defend against that siege, which against buildings, of course, needs to be only physical damage mostly. Alright, the Manta Star yet again coming out. Yet again another Savage Roar from the bear. And they're just slowly trying to siege down this tower. Very slowly, but it's honestly not working that well, I gotta admit. Not working super well. Smoke. Nice. Alright. Universe in the back, looking for an opportunity. Oh? They're going for EGM. They get him stunned up. And IO is actually going to go down. Universe jumps in with the 3-man black hole. S4, Bulldog. They got them all. However, Bulldog is still alive. S4 tries to fight back, but they both go down in the end. EGM, he comes back in with the relocate, but he's gonna be picked off. And after that, big black hole. Loda's the only one left alive. He still has the edges, stuns up the Universe. Gonna be stunned, gonna be silenced by fear. However, Sumail now also coming in. He does have the burst strike ready. Loda tries to get out of there, but taken down once. And the second time comes immediately afterwards. Ooh, that was big. EG making the big plays happen, coming back into this game. Oh, come on now. Alright. But that was, that right there, that's the kind of moment you're looking for, right? The big plays. That is a potential that Enigma always has, right? And the game with an Enigma in it is never over. Never over, because it's just one mistake, right? One mistake. And you have 4 people in the black hole, and you're all dead. And what the fuck do you do? Right? Ortiz, you know, looking to break down the mid tower. He does have the bear, of course, giving him great pushing potential. But at the same time, right now, with there not being a creep wave, that kind of makes it a bit harder. It's dying though. And there goes that. Barracks might be next in line, but the bear is dropping. They got the glimpse back on Ortiz. He's trapped. He's taking a lot of damage. Bulldog misses the silence, however. In the meantime, Loda trying to come in from the back. He targets down the bear, and, well, he falls. Universe now activates the BKB, trying to protect himself, but Loda is not having any of it. He's chasing him down. In the meantime, we have Fear taken down by S4 and Ake. Actually, EGM coming in, trying to take the last hit. Loda gets a double kill. Finally finishing off Universe. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, we got Bulldog duking it out with Peter. However, Loda comes in, and he's not having it. Bulldog takes that kill. That's 4 down. And yet again, another nice return from Alliance. Back and forth game right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what we're talking about, right? This is what we like to see. Nice. Nice. Alliance, however, they do have amazing pushing potential, right? You lose a fight like that, all of a sudden you're dead. EGM just chilling down here. Well, I guess it would be nice to have him around, but it's not the biggest of deals. It's super important. And we just see S4 activating his ultimate. Gonna be pushing the mid. He does still have the exorcism going on, a glimpse back on the bear, and well, in the end it seems that Alliance, they take a tower and then they get out, which is not even that bad. I know that seems pretty bad, but it's not that big of a deal, especially considering they also got in a lot of damage on the bottom tower. The illusions from the Chaos Knight, he even used his ultimate for that, you know, just saying, alright, let's get as much damage in as we can. Right? I'm not saying we need to kill this right now, but this is gonna make it really easy to kill when we come around the next time. Which is gonna be in a bit anyway, because they need to wait for the Death Prophet ultimate, right? They should probably wait for the Chaos Knight ultimate as well. So, likely a push at in another 90 seconds, right? Something like that. Seems that Evil Geniuses is not having it though. And this is actually where using that ultimate already might bite Loda in the butt. You should get TP. Alright, no TP then. I guess not. I mean, why would we need it anyway? Right. What do we need the TP for? I mean, it's just that Evil Geniuses is literally killing your base right now. Really? You're gonna try to raise this? Against the bear? Okay. Alliance want the barracks. I mean, it's very... what they're saying right now is you're not gonna be able to kill us in time. But you're dying. The black hole, and it's just Ortiz. He's pounding into that tower. He's falling, however, and he's taken down by S4. Now, Peter is still hitting the Ancient, but... and you're not gonna get it. I mean, you're Abaddon, right? Sumail tries to stun away. He does get out. Courier even killed. Nothing on it, but still going down. And I guess in the end, this does actually... I don't know, it kind of depends, right? The Ancient is exposed and it's already taken a lot of damage, but bottom barracks does go down, even though it's just a ranged one. It's dead. It's dead. It is dead. Alright, and Evil Geniuses do not have their bear ready for the fight, so maybe, just maybe, Alliance can run in and just secure Mega Creeps. Right, it doesn't seem like they should be able to finish the game entirely, but Mega Creeps seems pretty plausible. Nope, nope, they're just gonna finish it. Alright, somebody salty. They activate the Chaos Knight ultimate as well. Gonna walk past Nicholas the Midnight Pulse. As War taking a lot of damage. Yules on himself, keeping him alive. BKB coming out, and there we go with the Siphon Soul. Yet again, holy shit, Loader, relax. And that's 2 dead base towers. He's gonna kill Sumaya. He's dead. The buyback, but... That Ancient is done, right? Is that it? Is that game? Now that was weird. That was a weird ending. Alright, I guess. Well, EG loses. Alliance takes it somehow. Nah, we take those. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating and a review. Would definitely appreciate that, and I hope to see you tomorrow.